Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. I'm Jim Hacking. We're starting a little bit early today. Got done with my meetings and want to sort of get done for the weekend. Hope you all are doing well. I know that with the fast start time, the earlier start time, we're going to have a little bit to talk about. I am working on a new video. I think you guys are really going to like it. It's on the removal of conditions process. So I sat down with my team today and really mapped out everything that people want to know about removal of conditions. So, boy, Sheldon wasted no time. Sheldon is first with checking in from Colorado Springs. Always glad to see you, Sheldon. Anyway, we're working on this 751 removal of conditions. And let me just talk about what the topics are that we're going to cover. So, in this video, where are my notes? Was that general? Hold on a second. Yeah, so we're going to talk about all the things that you need to know about getting your I-751 approved, about getting the conditions removed on your green card. So we're going to talk about what is conditional residence. We're talking about deadlines for removal of conditions, the I-751 application itself, the evidence of marriage, the timeline for the processing of an I-751, the receipt notice and what you can do with it, travel while your I-751 is pending, the interview, and then applying for citizenship with a pending I-751. The other topics that the team wanted me to cover were the waivers, or when people can file for an I-751 after they've been divorced. So that should be good. Jason, thanks for checking in. Kofi's watching down in Atlanta as usual. Hello, Kofi. We got Canson in Orange County. We got Maryland for Elnor's in Maryland. Nice. Let's see. Asper's asking a question. In order to get the student visa, what should be the best answer when the officer asks you? When the officer asks you why you want to study in the USA? Well, Asper, you'll see that my general answer for all kinds of questions like this is tell the truth. So, why do you want to come to the United States? Why do you want to study? Why is it important? I think that, I would say things like, it's a good opportunity for me. I can learn and come back and use my education from the United States back here in my home country. I think that you want to, make it clear that you're not abandoning all ties to your home country, that you maintain some connection to your home country, that I would make sure that you know a lot about the school that you're applying for and about the program. The more detailed that you are, the better off you'll be. The officer will find it more credible than if you go in there like, yeah, I found this school and they were online and they said they'd give me an I-20 if I paid them to go to school there. So really, that's why I'm going. I mean, I think you want to show it that it's in your heart and that you really, really want to be there. So I think that'll go a long way. We got some old friends in the house. Maddie's in from Louisville. Megan's in Philadelphia. Alex checking in as usual. Anna's in from Jacksonville. And we got someone in Visalia, California. All right. So if you want to get in the waiting room, let me go ahead and give you that link. Hope you all have some nice plans for the weekend. Leave me a comment over on the right. Let me know if you're going to do anything fun. My son is leaving to go back to college on Sunday, and then I'll be flying out to San Diego. I'm going to be attending something called Social Media Marketing World, which is a conference on social media. So that should be fun. It's partly for that and partly an excuse to go to somewhere warm. I'm tired of the gray skies and the cold wind. It's like 32, 33 here in St. Louis at the moment. Oh, UBM's watching. How you doing, UBM? Good to see you. Julie's listening in from New York. All right. So if you want to come in the waiting room, come on in. There's plenty of room. Anybody have questions, you can put them in the chat for now. I'll be happy to answer whatever I can. Is it Anike?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing good, sir. Thank you so much.
What can I help you with?
Yes, I had submitted an I-30 Previously I was married to my ex-wife, but the I-30 ended up being denied. But at the time, I didn't know that I was supposed to appeal it, because the my lawyer at the time had told me if I appeal it that it was going to get denied. I never did appeal it, and I didn't file back because I was the marriage had broke down with my ex-wife.
Okay.
So after some years, now finally I got married to my current wife right now, and I'm trying to file the lawyer right now is telling me that there's a high likelihood of it being denied, because they might say the that the marriage, the previous marriage is they see it as fraud. So therefore, I'm not able to adjust even with this new one.
Yeah. So, did the decision denying the initial I-130 say that it was fraud?
That Yes, I don't know if there's any way I can forward the decision so you can read it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. You can send it over. We can take a look at it. I'll put our email in the chat. We can look it over and email you back over the weekend or on Monday. But yeah, we'd be happy to look at it, and tell you if we agree with your lawyer. I will tell you, Anike, that I just had a client or a potential client on the phone. I really, really liked her. She was the U.S. citizen in your case, in the second marriage case, and I really, really liked her. And we were going to try to help her, but my team sort of yelled at me and said, "Jim, this prior denial is sort of brutal, and we don't think there's any way they're going to give a green card to this guy based on how fake the old marriage was." So, with any claim by USCIS that there's fraud, it's a spectrum, right? So on
Yes.
one end of the spectrum is, oh my God, she admitted that he paid her $5,500, right? That's sort of the worst scenario. Then on the other end of the spectrum is USCIS sort of says it, they don't really have the goods, and so then you have to ask yourself, where in the spectrum is the case? And so that's really what I would say before filing for a new green card based on this new marriage. I would A, want to read the denial, and B, probably obtain the file through the Freedom of Information Act, see what we can find out if there's anything else in there that sort of shows us what their concerns were when they denied the initial I-130.
Okay. I'll definitely send it, but I don't know if before I send it, I can try to give you like a highlight of the case.
Yeah, you mean now?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the case, they said it was denied based on some discrepancies, and they said they determined that the marriage was entered for the purpose of obtaining immigration
Benefit.
benefit. Yes.
So that's pretty close to fraud. Yeah. Did did they get your old spouse like to fold or to say that she wanted to withdraw the I-130, or did she admit anything? Do you know?
No, she did. I'm still in good terms with her. Like I can, even if with my own money, I can pay a private investigator to investigate, and if they want to go ask her, like any, I don't have any concern as to the marriage being real. But I can understand the situation around the discrepancies we had. They believe because we weren't on the same page as to some of the questions we were asked. They believe it wasn't real.
Did they separate you?
Yes,
Did they come to your house?
they didn't.
Did they talk to your landlord?
I'm not for sure.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'd be happy to look it over and then we can talk about it. I mean, the thing is, in these kinds of cases, sometimes you're having to prove up both marriages, right? So it's not just like a lot of times these days they'll say, "Oh, okay, Anike, we believe your new marriage. It's just that old marriage." And then the question is, how much can you develop from the old marriage? Now, we just had a case like this here in our office. This is a case where we filed the second case, and USCIS went and found the old ex-husband. So, if you are friendly with your old ex-wife, then one of the best things to do would be to get a full statement from her about how the marriage was real, but it just didn't work out. That's like the first step. So if the denial notice isn't too bad, and if the ex-wife will play along and go along with that, that gets you a whole lot closer to where you want to be as far as getting a green card based on marriage number 2.
So, okay. I should send the email to the. I should send the decision on the email.
Yep.
And do I get when do I get a response? That's because I'm trying to see if I can
By Monday.
if I can go ahead and see if I can file the second one. If everything goes out correct, if you go to it, and we have even if it's a slim chance, because I believe in my heart, like it wasn't nothing foul that was done on the previous marriage.
Okay. I believe you. Send it over and we'll go from there, okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye, Nikkei. See ya.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. There's plenty of room in the waiting room if you want to come in and ask a question. I'm going to take a couple from the chat. Canson says, I live in Orange County and I have a pending I-751 waiver. I got my divorce finalized. When USCIS asked me a decree, what should I send them? Because the Orange County doesn't provide a divorce decree. I'm sure they do. They might call it a judgment of divorce or something else, but you just need to find out what under California law a divorce decree looks like. I'm sure you can find the actual form, and I'd be surprised if they don't give a divorce decree. So that would surprise me. All right. Here's a question from Benjamin. Hello, Jim. Is it usual to have an invitation for EAD card based on renewal, based on marriage? As far as an invitation, if you mean, Benjamin, an interview, no, you would never have an interview on an EAD. I've never heard of that. You might have to get fingerprinted, but that's it. All right. Let's say hi to Lobo. Hi, Lobo.
Hey, Jim. How are we doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thank you. So this question you might have heard the past from me. So usually the case is like it's a spousal visa, marriage based, and it's she's abroad, and like I spoke to you last time, she had a hold on a X-ray due to her pregnancy. So at the yes, at the interview, the consular officer said that there are two options: either take an X-ray or come back after the delivery, and then the interview was done.
That's total BS. That's terrible.
Yeah, so that's very strict about it. So that's the latest she had, and so the interview was smooth. Everything went well. It's just that the hold on the medical. So what do you think? I could go for the next step. Is it the CRBA which I could apply? Is that the only option for the child, for the newborn?
Mm-hmm.
So that won't take any time, right? Like in the timeline, it should be very simple and smooth.
I'm generally surprised at how quickly those go. Yes, even now.
Okay. So just apply for the CRBA abroad for the birth certificate and the passport, and then it should be all good to go.
God willing.
Thank you, Jim. So the other question might be is the medical is good for 6 months, so it should all happen before 6 months, correct? Or we should go for a re-medical?
What do you mean?
For all the vaccines and all the medical, should she go for a redo all the medical work?
They'll tell her what they want because she has to go back anyway.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Then the next is what did I have? Like, can I change the address right now from present to a new address if I wanted to do? Or like the main address would be when she's filling out somewhere, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And when you do the LSV, you'll redo the address.
All right. Okay, cool. Thank you, Jim. So with all your support and your suggestions, we've gone so far, and thank you so much.
Almost there. Sorry they're dicking you around, buddy.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yep. Bukola wants to know, will married filing separately affect my citizenship application? Yes, Bukola, that's a dumb thing to do. I don't care if you're getting more money by filing separately. If you are going through the immigration process at any stage, an I-130, an I-751, an N-400, you should file jointly because that's what married couples do. I don't care if you get more money back. You have to prioritize, and if completing your immigration status is the most important thing for you, then you should file jointly because that's what married couples do. I think you knew the answer before I even asked the question. All right. Tom's still watching. Thank you, Tom. Hope all is well in AZ. All right. AJ wants to know if we've had success for delayed 751 cases. Sure, we have. We've probably done 20 or so of those. I know that because we don't have a separate contract for 751 delays. We just use our regular green card delay contract, and we have to fix it. So I know that we've probably done that 15 or 20 times. All right. Aviv has something to ask. Well, Aviv, if you have something to ask, go ahead and ask it. Here's the link to come in the room. We'd be happy to talk it over. Nemo says, my adjustment of status case was approved in September. The green card came with the wrong birth date, so I sent it back and biometrics were taken again. How can I work while I wait? Future problem. No social security number yet. I would not have sent the green card back until the very end. So what you do is you send a copy of the green card, and then they'll RFE you for the green card when they're done and ready to approve it. So you should have kept the green card. You're still a lawful permanent resident, but getting anyone to believe you is going to be a real problem. All right. Let's see here. If you're in the waiting room and you want to come on, you got to be on camera. Otherwise, I can't pull you up. Saley says, I once received a mail to register for Selective Service. I replied with all my non-immigrant documents as removed from the list. Do you think I should get a copy of my driver's license application? Maybe. That's probably not a bad idea. Or I guess you're worried that maybe you checked a box that said you were a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident, so that's why you got the Selective Service. I mean, those guys are such clowns, and if you live in certain states, they might have just registered you automatically, so I don't think that's a big deal. I think it might be better not to look, unless you really are concerned that you made a false claim to citizenship. All right. Rosillo's been working on some catchphrases. I don't like fiance visas. Lagos is slow. Are you sure the divorce decree is real? Yeah, we could do a whole Nigeria mug. I think I mentioned, but I got a whole lot of ideas for content. I think I might start doing stuff for each embassy. I really think that we could make a whole big immigration channel. I think this show is going to change over the next couple months. I think I need to talk to Amani Nadella, but I think we're going to hire someone just to help me with YouTube. There's that much stuff that I think we could be doing. I love doing the show. I love being with all of you, but I need more help in creating the content just because as the owner of a law firm with 43 employees and 7 lawyers, and I'm still practicing a little bit of law, I just need a lot of help. So anybody has a lot of YouTube experience and wants to apply, I did get an interesting email from a man named Mohammed in Sudan who wants to work for us. So who knows what we could do as far as working together if you have a lot of YouTube experience. Let's say hi to GC. I hope GC stands for green card. Hi, GC.
Hi, Jim. How are you? I was trying to get your appointment quite a couple of times. Whenever I call the office, they said I can get an appointment, but somehow I was not. So my question is,
yeah, go ahead.
So my question is, my case is already in the immigration court for the asylum, and my attorney, but I have not filed within a year. My attorney was suggesting me for the administrative closure. So I have a 13-year-old son. When I filed for my asylum, he was not here in United States. He joined me in 2019. After that, I have submitted application to add my son to my case, but I never got any receipt number or so. How to go ahead about it?
I don't know. So why are you thinking about administratively closing your asylum case?
So my attorney suggests, as you have not filed within a year, anyways, you're not gonna get any relief. It's just a withholding. So rather than going to the court, and if something goes wrong, rather than going for a BIA and all, it's better when you have an option of doing it in administrative closure.
I mean, I'll defer to your attorney on that one. Is
So
this the attorney? Is this the attorney that filed the asylum case, or is this an attorney you went to after you filed the asylum case?
after I filed, because the one with whom I filed the asylum case, when I got my decision from USCIS, so he was not in United States. He went to his home country, and I just had 30 days of time to represent myself in the court. Um, so he told me to look for another attorney.
Where did he go?
Uh, he went to his home country.
Why?
So I don't know, his office was closed at that time. So he said he don't have any attorneys to help me out. Neither he has suggested me one. So I just when I had 30 days, just 30 days of time, I've looked for some attorney whom I got nearby who took the case. So
Yeah.
he just represented in the court
So
and got the time for the final hearing.
I'm going to read between the lines and I think that the lawyer who ran away to some foreign country probably filed a very thin asylum case. Your new lawyer is worried that it is so thin and beyond 1 year that they're going to find that you aren't entitled to asylum, and that they might even find that it's a frivolous asylum application. So he's asking that it be administratively closed. I don't know what value there would be in adding your 13-year-old son to a very, very thin.
So because I don't know, he don't have any idea as of now how to go ahead about it, because
GC, listen. This is why we're in the trouble in the first place. The old attorney told you, I can get you a work card if you file a thin asylum case. These cases are not for the purposes of getting people an ID.
Okay. Yes, I know, but for my son, I don't have anything over here,
But why is he here?
When he came here, he was just 9-year-old. I just left him and came to US.
But why?
He was very little.
Why file an asylum case that's BS? That's what makes it hard on everybody else who have real asylum cases. This is what your lawyer did. The lawyer who fled the country is what makes jobs for people like me really hard. This is what.
But even it's hard for me too. I don't know how I should how I should go about it, how I should take it.
There's nothing to do. You had a visa and you overstayed with no reason to overstay. You didn't have a valid claim.
No, I have a valid claim. Maybe if you see my paperwork, then you will be able to understand. I had a life threat over there, so that's the reason I flew off, and I went through a major my spinal cord surgery because of the people hit me and all. So they have lot of been gone through me. I have all the paperwork. I have my hospital records, everything.
Well, I'm sorry all that happened, and I'm sure that it was troubling. Doesn't sound like an asylum case to me. It sounds like you had some lawyer or non-lawyer file this asylum case more than a year after. It sounds like now you're talking to a smart lawyer, and the smart lawyer says this case should be withdrawn because they're going to find that this is frivolous. And as far as adding a son and doing all this other stuff, you're just creating more drama and more problems for yourself. You need to stop. You just need to stop. Okay.
Okay, so you mean I have to stop what I have to do now?
I think you probably need to start planning on going home. Because you don't have, withdrawing your asylum case doesn't do you any good. It doesn't get you any status.
But even I can't go home too.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to be able to help you, GC. I wish you all the best. I hope that things work out for you, but it really, that's the kind of stuff that makes our case as immigration lawyers, our life as immigration lawyers, and for people applying for asylum, that's what makes it hard. When people do that just to get an ID for them and their son, that's not cool. Hi, Noor.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Good. You remember me?
I remember your name because my daughter's name is Noor, but other than that, I don't remember you.
Yeah, it's been a while since I contacted you. It's been a couple of years. When I asked you about my citizenship, they haven't given me a decision, and you said you're going to sue them. remember? And then when we sued them, they send me a notice to appear, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now on March 3rd, I went to my court, and then they said you have no hearing. So in the future, just contact your lawyer. So I don't know what that means.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
why did they?
they're so jacked up now. We just had a client who had a hearing set for last Wednesday, and they moved it to January of 2024. It's crazy time over there.
Okay. Yeah, this is the third time though. This is the third time they canceled. So.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not surprised. They're doing it to everybody. I have this guy who was here. He got deported once. He was back in the United States. He wanted to stay as long as he could, and he had a new court date, so he left, but he didn't tell me he was leaving. He left. If he had stayed, he could have stayed another 4 or 5 years because they keep moving his case out.
Okay, yeah. Now I called the court today and I said, what's going on? They said, we send a notice to your attorney. We need your attorney to submit some documents saying that, for a plea deal, whatever, and then you have to request a waiver. So I don't know. I think my lawyer, she's slow, and then she's out of state. I'm in Minnesota actually, and she's in Utah.
Maybe you need a new lawyer.
Yeah. She's not picking up the phone, and she's not answering my messages, and I don't know what's going on there. But
I know a good deportation lawyer in Wisconsin, which is right next door.
Wisconsin? Yeah. In Minnesota?
Next to Minnesota, yeah.
Okay. Well, you have my email, so just...
No, you got to email me, dude. You got to email me. Email me. Yeah, and then
I have your email. I have it, yeah.
All right, Noor. See you, buddy.
All right. Bye.
Later. Hi, Asylum. How you doing?
How do you do, Gene?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm fine. I have a I-130 pending, and as I told you before, I had applied for expedited, and today I had received a message. They told me that they had approved my expedited request. So
Awesome.
I have two questions. The first one, of course, you know that I'm overseas. So about the marriage evidence, I don't have a joint bank account because I'm living in a different country, so
Yeah.
it's different for me.
They understand that. That's fine. You don't need that marriage evidence when you live apart.
Okay, so for the marriage evidence that I had uploaded sending money receipts, pictures with the family, pictures for us, tickets. Of course, I had the marriage evidence file, and it really was very useful for me.
Okay, what's the question?
So, what marriage evidence could be considered for overseas I can do?
Do you have my list? Did you download my list of marriage evidence?
Yeah, I downloaded.
So for overseas, proof of time spent together, proof of communications with each other, text messages, photos, affidavits of people who know that you're married. You can make evidence that documents that it's real.
Okay, so I had uploaded most of the evidence that you had said. So does that mean that my case is strong?
I don't know, dude. I haven't seen your evidence. I don't know. How many times?
Yeah.
How many times did you and your spouse meet before you got married?
It was is she having a work, so it's so hard for her to.
That wasn't my question. How many times did you see each other face to face before you got married?
Just one time.
Yeah. So evidence isn't going to cure that. Evidence isn't going to fix the fact that did you get married on the one trip that she took to your country?
Yes.
So on the very first trip, she comes over to the United States from the United States to your country and gets married. And you're asking me if a little bit of evidence can overcome that?
Yeah, I mean, she met with my family and we spent
When did she
time together.
When did she arrive? What country are you from?
I'm from Egypt.
And what is she an Egyptian national? Is she from Egypt?
No, she is American.
Is she like a white lady?
No, she is African American.
How did you meet her? On the internet?
Yeah, but since 3 years ago, and I have evidence.
Hold on. So you start talking. How long after you start talking did she come to Egypt?
I mean, we was deciding like that I'm going to finish my bachelor degree first, and then we will marry. But we already was having a relationship before that years ago, and
A
then after
relationship, an online relationship.
yeah,
Okay. So how long did you know her before she came to visit you in Egypt?
almost 3 years.
Does she have a job?
Yeah,
What does she do?
she working as a patient representative.
At a hospital or something?
Yeah,
Okay. So after she arrived, how long was her total trip in Egypt?
I could say 10 days.
And did you get married on the 9th day, the 8th day, the 10th day, or what?
We married in the middle, like after before 2 days of her leave.
So you're asking me whether I think some marriage evidence that you've gathered is going to fix the fact that you guys got married 7 days after meeting each other face to face. That's what you're asking me?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. What do you think I'm going to say?
Of course, I mean, it's a fast marriage, as you call it,
It's
but
as fast as it can
she's
be.
going
It
to
could be.
visit
It could be
me
no faster.
very soon.
It could be no faster. The only way it could be faster is if you got married the day she landed. You got married a week after you met.
Yes.
And Islam, I say this, as you know, my wife is from Egypt. I say this with all due respect. The hardest thing to do is bring a man named Islam to the United States from Egypt. The hardest thing. So if I had been involved in this case from the beginning, I would have said, slow your roll, home slice. Slow your roll. You want to build a case, build a life together, then file for immigration. You just seem so eager to come that they're gonna screw with you. Have you seen the show 90 Day Fiance? Go watch that show, because that's what they're gonna think about your case. They're gonna think that she's just trying to get you there to help support her. They're gonna think you're just coming because you want to get married, or because you want to come to the United States and get a green card. This is
Not true. The
I
truth is
don't
that
care if it's true. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's true. It doesn't matter if it's true. It's what they believe is what's important. That's all that's important. So do I think this is going to work? Maybe. I'd say maybe a 10% chance, but you guys are going to have to. I mean, was she married before? Does she have kids?
no, this is our first marriage for
Is
me
there an
and
age?
for her.
Is there an age gap?
No, we are our ages is so close to each other, year or two.
Morocco, Algeria, Cairo. When I think about embassies that are going to be hard on a case like this, they're top of the list, brother. They're top of the list because they know that people, men especially, in those countries are desperate to come to the United States and will do anything, including marrying someone they met 6 days ago. They're so desperate that they'll do anything. So it's gonna. I think the chances of this whole thing working are about 10%.
Okay, thank you for your advice.
You're welcome, buddy. Whew, I think Jim might be a little crabby today. Am I crabby? I'm trying not to be crabby. But you know, I gotta call it like I see it. Let's say hi to Mile 7. What's up, Mile 7?
Hi, Jim.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm okay. And you?
I'm good. What's up?
Yeah, I don't know. I have a problem, and then I want to share it and see your advice. Myself and my wife, we went for interview at Federal Plaza, New York, for second interview.
Ooh.
And then it was a Stoke interview.
Mm-hmm.
And then during the interview, the officer said, you Ghanaians in Bronx, you come here with your wives and you hide them, and then you marry these people, and then after you get your green card, and then you divorce them, and then go and be with your wife. And then My lawyer was just sitting there without saying anything. And then my wife rather get angry. And then she told the officer, why did he say that? Because this is love. She loved me and I love her. And then why did she say? And then the officer apologized to my wife. And then the interview ended. And then the officer said, okay, no problem. We will hear from him in a month. And then we didn't hear from him for a long time. And then before we receive a letter of intent to deny.
Mm.
Yeah. And then they said in the letter of intent to deny, they listed 3 things. One, they said why my ex-wife is still using my last name.
That's what. How do you control that?
Yes,
That's not your fault.
Yeah, and then 2, they said that in my divorce has 2 stamps on it. Why is it so?
Is your divorce in the United States or outside the United States?
Yeah, in Ghana.
Mm.
And then the 3 things that they said, they said, I forget the last one that they said.
Why is your wife ex-wife using your old name? They said, why are there 2 stamps on your certificate?
On my divorce, yes.
And what was the last one?
And then the last one was also referring to my ex-wife again.
Okay.
I can quickly check it and get back to you. I don't know.
That's okay. It's okay. So let's get. Oh, that was interesting. I think he's doing something. We'll drop him back down. Let's say hi to Mohit. Hi, Mohit.
Hey, how are you doing today? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yep. I had a quick question. I recently got married to my girlfriend. We've been together for probably like 4 years, living together for like 3.5 years. And while we were looking for the lawyer, filling out all the paperwork, like the I-130, 485, et cetera, she ended up falling out of status, which was like literally a few days ago. So we're kind of concerned that since the lawyer that we hired is kind of dragging his feet and gathering all the information, that if we're in a really bad situation, and since it hasn't even been like 30 days since she's fallen out of status, where she is better off that she just goes back or just ends up staying here and trying to do an adjustment of status.
What's your immigration status, Mohit?
Citizen.
Yeah. So let's say that I'm sorry to laugh. Let's say that your lawyer was really, really slow and you filed 3 years after she fell out of status.
No. Sorry.
Let's just say that I'm trying to make you feel better. Let's just say that happened. That whole 3-year overstay is forgiven if the marriage is real. So, okay. I mean, we do everything we can. If we get hired, like 3 weeks before the spouse is going to fall out of status, we do everything we can to get it on file.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, any overstay that she has is forgiven once the case is approved. So I would sort of be on top of the lawyer and say, hey, what the heck? Why? I mean, how long ago did you hire them?
Well, I went through a couple of lawyers, so we've been trying to deal with this for 2 months, give or take. So
when did you hire this person?
This my current lawyer, a little over a month ago.
Yeah, they should have got that done.
Yeah, like we finally have like the main checklist. I went over all the forms because we filled them out and everything, So we're just trying to like translate a couple of things, and gather a couple of other.
So evidence. I would say hurry up. But at the end of the day, it'll all be all right.
Okay. Yeah, because we don't have any criminal records or anything shady like that. But we're just kind of concerned that I don't want to put her in a position where something happens to her, Yeah. Meaning that she gets kicked out or gets barred or, for 10 years.
No, don't leave. Tell her don't leave. No, just stay here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we have decided so far. But, trying to calm her nerves more than mine.
Yeah, tell her she's good.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, Mohit. See you, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, Jim. Yeah. So the other question was in the ones that they listed was my ex-wife was using her own surname, and then when we get married, and then her name changed to my name. So, and then they say that why the divorce is my ex-wife name and my name again.
Okay. So where is your ex-wife? Is she in the United States or is she outside the United
Yes, yes,
States?
she's
So
in the United States. Yeah,
did she also apply for a green card?
I don't know.
Okay. So basically you and your spouse, did you come together to the United States?
No, the officer asked me that question during the interview, and then no, because
So
I was here, and then before she came in,
have
and then
you watched my show before ever, Mile 7?
I've what?
Have you ever watched my show before?
Yes, I've been watching your show
So I've had this basic fact
because we
pattern,
have children. We have 4 children.
you and the mom in Ghana.
Yes, the woman in Ghana. Yeah,
Where are the 4 children?
yeah, they are living with her.
In the United States.
Yes,
Okay. So basically, you get a visit visa to the United States. You tell the embassy that you're married, and then you come to the United States and get divorced. And then she comes too and brings the kids.
no, she divorced me in Ghana before she came here.
Okay. And so now everybody's here in the United States,
Yeah,
and they accused you of like a fake marriage to this U.S. citizen to get your green card, and then he said that you're going to get divorced and then go ahead and get a green card for your old wife from Ghana, right?
yeah, that's what the officer said during the interview. Before the interview start, that's what he said. He said,
Yeah.
"You Ghanaians in bronze, you Ghanaians in bronze. This is what we know about you." And then after he made that statement, and then my wife get angry,
Yeah.
and then he apologized. But when this letter came, intent to deny, I sent the divorce certificate to Ghana High Commission, the embassy. And then I told them, this is what the USCIS is saying about my divorce.
Why'd you send
And
it to
then,
them? They're not going to do anything.
yeah, so when I sent it there, and then I told them they should check it because I got this divorce from Ghana, and then it's from the court. And then the ambassador wrote authentication letter, and
Yeah.
then and added to it, and tell me to submit it to back to them. So I gave it to the
So
lawyer, and then the lawyer
I'm
added.
going to ask you a question that I asked
Okay.
the caller earlier. When did you arrive in the United States?
Yeah, August 2016.
And when did you marry the person who's now sponsoring you for a green card?
Yeah, July 2017.
When did you meet them?
Yeah, we met 7 months before we get married. We're
So,
going out for 7 months.
okay. And have they come to visit your house?
No.
When did you reply to the notice of intent to deny?
November 2020.
And you don't have a decision yet?
Not yet.
Mm.
Anytime my wife called them, they say reviewing. Anytime my wife called them, they say reviewing. And even today, they said reviewing, the same thing that they keep saying. And then they even said my case is out of normal processing time.
Yeah, they don't like your case. I mean, I think if I sued them, they would come knocking on your door at about 5 a.m. about 2 weeks from now and see whether or not your wife is in bed. You guys are sleeping at the same time.
Yeah, and then
I don't think they believe your marriage.
And then I don't know maybe the time, because I'm working at night, and then my shift start at Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and then Sunday night. So I'm home on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if they didn't come during this time, they may not see me.
Well, they figure that out, though. They go talk to the landlord and stuff. But I mean, it sounds like the immigration office at Federal Plaza is sort of seen a lot of these cases from Ghana and Nigeria. I know that we talk about it a lot on this show. I know it's a big hot topic with them right now. So do I think your case is in trouble? Yeah. Do I think it's going to be approved? Probably not. What question do you have for me?
Yeah, that's what I'm calling because I'm just confused, like my wife, because we're supposed to travel to Ghana, and then nothing is happening, so we don't know our plans again.
Yeah, I wouldn't travel to Ghana because I don't think they may not let you come back.
Yeah. So I don't know what to do. That's why I decided to call because I've been watching your show, and then
I
I
can,
said,
I can,
okay,
I can get you a decision in probably 90 days or less, but I think most likely it's going to be denial. So do you want to spend $5,000 or $4,500 to get a denial faster? I wouldn't.
ah,
I mean, there's that old Clint Eastwood quote, "Are you feeling lucky? Do you feel lucky? Like, do you want to spend $4,500 to get a faster decision when all signs point to the fact that they're going to deny the case?"
and then we can appeal again.
That's a loser. Appeal. You got for a green card case, almost 99% of the time, you got to win at USCIS. The idea that you're going to win on appeal is not going to happen.
So right now, I don't know but if they come to home, they'll come and meet me. But if they didn't come the time, they
Well,
won't come and meet
so
me. And then,
so the one thing that I do talk to people about sometimes is, well, I'd be interested to see how much marital evidence you submitted and what you have. And
yeah,
I think
we submitted our electricity bills, optimum bills, the lease, the car insurance, bank statement, joint bank statement.
one.
Yeah, one. That's what we have. We
Yeah.
use one
So,
bank account.
well, but hold on. You had your notice of intent to deny a year and a half ago. You should have 13 more months by now of those. So the one thing you could do, and the one thing we have done, is, hey, mile 7, let's take a look at your file. Let's look at everything that you've given them. And then we usually say, this evidence sucks. You don't have nearly enough evidence. Let us help you build a bunch of more evidence and build the case up from the ground up. It sounds like you don't have that strong of a case on paper right now. Build it all up and then send a letter to Federal Plaza and say, hey, you racist assholes who say that Ghana people from the Bronx are all committing immigration fraud, go fuck yourselves. Here's all of our evidence. You either approve this case in the next 30 days or I'm going to sue your ass. That's your other option. But
because
you fart around with one bank statement and a couple electricity bills and a lease. That ain't going to cut it, brother. Not with the facts that you have. I'm talking about a massive fact-finding expedition that's going to cost $5,000 of all by itself, just for the time that it's going to take to interview you, to interview your wife, to interview your ex-wife, to develop all the kind of evidence. This is not just mail in a couple pieces of evidence and we're going to win the day. That ain't this kind of case.
And then you will need my ex-wife too.
If we can get a statement from her and, let her tell us how much she hates you and never wants to be married to
A
you.
lot.
Huh?
she hates me. She don't even want to see me.
Yeah.
I keep trying because of the children, and then I keep trying to getting some things for them, paying the bills for them, and then but she herself she don't want to see me.
Pedro's mad at me for cussing. Sorry for cussing, Pedro. I'm a little fired up today. I'm sorry about that. So think about it. I mean, I'm right here. If that interests you, I mean, I think your case is on life support. Do I think we can bring it back? Yeah, I do. If we do a lot of work, but I don't know what you submitted and I'd have to look at everything over, but just shoot me an email if you want to get started. I got to get to a couple other people. I got 10 minutes left. Okay.
Okay.
Right,
So I'll send you email.
All right, then. Vinith's been waiting. Hi, Vinith.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
Good.
Oh, you can hear me, right? Yeah. So recently, before 1 week, I received the I-751, 24 months extension. So I have a question for you regarding before we got into relationship, me and my spouse, the house was paid off. So in that case, I sent the utility bills and the alarm bills. Uh, So in this case, like, can I send a statement regarding my mother-in-law? Like we all live together, so regarding like we are living together and like an additional statement with notarized uh, to the USCIS
You're
with
free.
with
You're
the
free to. You're free to submit whatever evidence you want, whether they're going to find that very compelling. I mean, dude, you've been married more than 2 years. You should have a whole lot more evidence than that.
No, I do. I mean, like, I do. Like, see, I had like two bank statements, and alarm.
Hold on, 2 bank statements. You've been married for 2 years. Why do you have 2 bank statements?
I mean, like, credit card, checking, a savings account.
So you mean 24 months of credit card statements?
Yeah, I
20.
sent all the 24 months.
Okay, so what's the question? Do I
My
think
question is like,
do I think that a letter or an affidavit from the landlord, the lady that you live with, do I think that would be helpful? Yes, I think that would be helpful.
no, my mother-in-law, like, I don't have like, I just was watching your show, so I thought about like, we don't have no deed, so there's no lease. The house already paid off, so I was thinking that like to take a statement from my mother-in-law. We live together, so
Sure,
uh,
that helps. Yeah, but make sure it's notarized. Otherwise, it's no good.
so in this case, notarized. Like I sent the affidavits with my brother-in-law and the mother-in-law, but I sent the Xerox copies. Is that okay? I mean, like,
With what? With
Xerox
no
copies.
Xerox copies? No, you want to send a notarized. It can be a copy, but it still needs to be notarized. Those are two different things. It needs to be notarized so that they know that the person was sworn under oath. Otherwise, they're free to ignore it.
Oh, in that case, like, they were not notarized, but like there was a statement that under the like penalty of oath, like that was a statement.
Was there a notary though?
Oh no, it was not the
And
notary.
then it's as if there's no statement of perjury. It only matters perjury if they're sworn under oath and notarized.
So it should be original documents, right?
Any statements of any claims of something being true have to be notarized if you want them to consider it. They might consider it.
Okay. So my thing, my question like would be, so I got the receipt of 24 months, right? So can I say that like, hey, I forgot to send these documents. Can you please accept that? These are the statements. I got it to the file which I got, file which I sent it to them. Is it okay to send it them right now? I just got the extension before 1 week. So is that cool?
You can. I don't think it's going to be very hard to get them to catch up to the old filing, but I think you can try.
Okay. Sure.
Good luck, Vinith.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy. Let's say hi to Farouk. Hi, Farouk.
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Good. I know you're short on time, so I'll go straight to the
I'll probably go a little long. What's up?
Okay, so my situation right now is that I first came in this country and I applied for an asylum case.
Okay.
And I had a work permit. I was working with that. And then I met my wife. We got married, and today we have 3 kids. Along the way, so we filed for the marriage. Mm-hmm. And we did the interview. Everything went well. And then last year, I applied for the green card.
Yep.
And I received the receipt and everything. And recently, we received a notice, I think, like a week ago, from the judge asking to dismiss my asylum case. So in that situation, I have a little bit of dilemma because I was hoping, because the next hearing I had was in September coming up this year. And I was hoping to ask for a final hearing. And now the judge wants to dismiss my asylum case. So that means I will have to deal directly with the immigration, right?
Is your spouse a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
And has the I-130 petition been approved?
Yes, sir.
And the 45 is pending?
Which one is the 45? The green card application?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, technically it's pending because since last year we sent it to the immigration.
And so when did you have a hearing on your asylum case at the asylum office?
I did that in 2015.
And then they referred you to the immigration court.
Correct.
And then after you went to the immigration court, then you got married?
We got married in 2018.
And then the deportation court is still pending?
Well, yeah, the asylum was still pending all these years.
And so out of the blue, the court sent you a letter that said, hey, we know you have an approved I-130. Can we terminate your asylum?
Correct. So they sent it to my lawyer.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't you want to do that? We have people pay us to ask the judge to do that. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
So what the reason why it's not that I don't want to do it, I'm kind of torn a little bit because I was hoping to get a green card when I filed for the final hearing. But now
No, do it at USCIS. You're going to get it much faster at USCIS.
oh, okay. So you think in my situation they won't ask me for another interview just for the green card?
They will, but who cares?
Okay.
It's gonna be a lot faster unless you have some kind of inadmissibility problem. As long as you got a clean case, that's the faster.
Now I have a clean case, thank God.
Yeah, you're good. This is Farouk. What you're doing right now is my favorite kind of case. So you're in good shape.
Okay. Okay. So
all right, buddy.
No problem. Thank
Good
you
luck.
so much for your time. Thank you.
You got it. All right, let's say hi to Andrea. Hi, Andrea.
Hello. Hi, can you hear me?
I hear you just fine. How you doing?
I'm fine. So my question, I have three questions, but they're really quick. So my husband got approved and his case now currently is with NVC. My question is, when do I pay for the green card? Once he does the interview and everything like that, do I have to pay for it after once he does the interview and it's approved, or do I pay for it when he comes to United States? We've been married for about 1.5 years already, and I know after 2 years they give you a permanent green card, a 10-year. Would it qualify if it's not a full 2 years by the time he interviews? Because I know NVC, it's like a backlog with that too.
I think most likely he's going to end up getting a 10-year green card because if he just got to NVC, what embassy will he be at?
He's in Guyana.
Guyana. So you'll probably, Guyana is pretty fast, but still you'll probably have your interview before the 6 months are up. So you'll be after the 2 years. So in answer to your first question, you'll pay the green card fee after the embassy approves him for the visa, but hopefully before he flies to the United States. So as soon as he has the visa in hand, go online and pay that Ellis fee. It's like $260. And then the green card should follow him when he comes. The question will be, when the green card is actually issued, will you have been married more than 2 years or less than 2 years? Most likely it'll be more than 2 years, and most likely you'll get that 10-year green card.
Okay, so I have another quick question. Sure. So once he has a because I know the green card, that's taken a while too for people to get their green cards because that's a backlog. Is he eligible to work while he waits for it, or do he have to have that in hand?
Technically, yes. Now I have a friend and client who works at the gas station where I go in the mornings, and I saw him today, and he's sort of frustrated because his wife just got here about a month ago from Uganda, and they've been having a hard time with the green card and the social security number not showing up. So technically, yes, he could work. Problem is, most employers don't understand that and won't let him work until he actually has the green card.
Okay. So I have to find one that understands that, basically.
Yeah, the stamp in his passport will actually be proof of his lawful permanent resident status. Whether an employer will take that or not depends on the employer.
Okay. That was all. Thank you.
You're getting close, Andrea. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. All right, let's say hi to Shaza. Hi, Shaza.
Hi there, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. So I just have a question. I'm not working with a lawyer, but there is a lawyer I ask for advice occasionally. And so she had said that it's going to look better. We're already married. We've been married for 1 year. And so we're filing taxes right now. And she said it's going to look better if we file married jointly. Mm-hmm. Except to do that, since he's not here, he's never been here, I would need the ITIN number.
Yeah.
And so the whole process.
He's overseas. He's overseas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wouldn't mess around with that. They understand. You don't have to worry about that. That's really only if he's here and has a social security number.
Okay, fantastic. That's it. Thank you.
All right. Bye, Shaza. All right. Let's talk to Wes. Hi, Wes.
Hi, how are you?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much. I have a question about, I have my wife. She's in Turkey, and I already applied for her. It's like 5 years ago, but first time we did something wrong in the civil marriage. When we made the civil marriage, I'm from Iraq, and my wife, she's from north of Iraq. So
like
the city where
the Kurdish part?
The city where she's from, it was under the attack, the ISIS.
Okay.
So they are escaped from there already. When they come in, they escape, my wife and her family, and they move to Turkey, in Mersin in Turkey. And we try so many times to make the civil marriage, but it's hard because they asking for the clean up for my wife when we go to the court. So we did other thing here in Mersin. They call like with the wali way, with like who's the
stand-in.
Yeah,
man's like a proxy marriage.
Yeah, but not civil marriage. And we apply and we get everything approved, and we did the interview. That's in 3 years ago. And when she finished the interview, they give her the paper. He say, you approve for the visa. After 1 week, they say, no, you need to make a civil marriage, blah, 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 And after we did this, because they free over there, and we bring this paper, and we did the civil marriage here. They call international civil marriage in Turkey.
Okay.
And I send it. They say, no, you have to apply new one.
That's right.
Because you have applied for the old one, the date. So you have to do the new one. And we did this one, and we finished everything, and we get the interview last year in 9 April. And when she finished the interview, my wife, the officer, he was very strange with her. And when she finished the interview, he asked her for a new police certificate from Turkey one, not the Iraqi one, because every 6 months you have to bring a new one. And she already had the new one too, but I made it because I know sometimes they ask him. I say, if he asks you, you just give it to him. Yeah. And when she give it to him, she say, I have this one, because the corona, they put window. He say, show it to me. She show him the certificate, police certificate. He say, oh, this one you have to send by email after you send the passport with, and we will process the visa. We send this paper, and we send the passport, and they got a problem in Turkey because of the COVID, and they closed all the city. That was in 17th of May last year. And they send the passport, and after like 2 weeks, they say, when we open, we send the passport again. We send the passport again, and they ask for DS 5535, I think. The Trump administration or something like this. It's a new one. And we apply right away.
Right.
We apply this one and we send it back.
Yep.
And I waited from this last year until now. And now I have a new baby last year. He's now 12 months. And he got the American passport right away. I did it for him. And every time I send him, they send me back your case under process. Even I went to Congress in New York. I am from New York City. And they still keep holding me for no reason. I don't know what's going on. So what do you think what I do for this one? I need something like...
I think you need to sue them.
I have to go to Ankara, you mean?
No. You have to hire a lawyer to file a lawsuit against the State Department and say, hey, quit jerking us around. Make the final decision on the visa. They're just playing games on her because she's from Iraq and living in Turkey. And they're just doing all these tricks to try to keep her from getting here. You've been waiting way too long to bring her. I would sue them if I were you. I'd file a lawsuit and ask a federal judge to order them to decide the case.
Yeah, and let me tell you something too. I used to work with the U.S. Army and my brothers too in Iraq. Yeah. So we have like a clear case, everything. Like we have no problem, no issue, no ticket, no the tax, we pay everything. We have nothing, any problem. Even my wife, she's a graduate, she's a biology, and her brother to engineering. Her father is a professor, her mom, she's engineering. So we are like good family, So I don't know why they just put me in a hold for no reason, nothing, And I am now here in Turkey, but I have to go back in the summer because I'm working in the smoothies trucks I have in New York City. So my business is more busy in the summer. So I try to come here with him in the winter. But now it's very hard time for me to leave my baby. It's my first baby,
Right.
So now, do you know anybody I can connect him, or you have any office in New York to do this for me, or how I do this one?
We've sued them more than anybody. We do them all the time for people all around the world. So we could do it for you, sure.
Okay, how I connect with you?
I'll put the email right here in the comments. It'll be on YouTube and on Facebook and just send us an email, and we'll follow up in the next day or two.
Okay, I will connect you.
All right. Thanks,
Gonna
Wes.
be help. Just one question. Sorry, before you go.
Hmm?
Somebody tell me if I go to the court, it's gonna take long time. 1 year like this. No.
No, not in a case like this. You've waited a long time.
So how long is gonna take if we go to the court? You think?
Probably 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months. Okay, but we're gonna do it. I will connect you.
Okay. Thanks, Wes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Everybody's asked me what a notarized document means. That means that you go in front of a notary and you swear under oath that the document's true. I really should wrap the show, but I have time for one more. And because he's wearing his Cardinal jersey, we will check in on Hugo. Hugo, how you doing, man?
Hi, you can hear me, sir?
Yep.
Yeah. A quick question, Jim. First, thank you for the show. It's awesome. I follow you since I applied for the visa. I am
Awesome.
now in the adjustment process, and I received in January 4 a notice for deficiency in regard of the medical records. But as you teach us, this is normal. They are issuing now this kind of notice.
Notice.
But now, March 7, they send me a request for evidence. They issue this in regard of the I-693.
Okay. They did?
Yeah, they did
Okay.
it.
And you're in the United States?
In your town. This is
Oh.
why I
Yep.
a big
Is it
fan.
did you come on a fiance visa?
No, I come under the dual doctrine theory. I come F1 visa, WashU student, and now apply on the Cuban
So
adjustment.
the only thing, Hugo, that I can guess is that they want to approve your case without an interview. The only time they would ask for an RFE for the medical is they're thinking they don't need to interview you. They believe the marriage, and it's actually probably a good thing. So go ahead and do the medical and send it to them.
Yeah, I send it. I always play ahead of my game.
Yeah.
I always try to be.
Did the RFE come from St. Louis or come from a service center?
Yeah, from San Luis.
Yeah.
Was Anne Jordan Stark.
Oh, that's just the person in charge. So that's a good sign. I think they're going to approve it without an interview. I've literally never had that happen, but I'd be happy if that happened for you. That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay, if this happened with the help of God, I come again to the show.
Yeah, let me know
share
for
with
sure.
you my
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, we can go to a Cardinal game.
Yeah, we will. I pay for that.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome. Bye, Hugo.
See you.
Bye, everybody. That'll do it for today. Hugo, thanks for coming on. Everybody, that was a good show. I enjoyed being with you. It went a little long. I think we answered a lot of questions. I got a little feisty. Hope you all have a good weekend. I will probably be back tomorrow at 12:30, but I might take a break. We'll see.